So I'm going to be quick with this because I was going to film this while the sauna was warming up, but someone was in it already. Yeah, it's Saturday the 16th of December, and tomorrow I'm setting out for my marathon. It's meant to be a severe rain warning. Windy, raining, pouring down, but not going to let the rain or the weather stop me, because I'm after unconditional success rather than conditional success, where conditional success means you only let yourself succeed under the right conditions, whereas unconditional success, essentially, no matter the conditions, you show up, you put the work in, and you make sure you succeed. So yeah, I'm going to set up for my marathon tomorrow. Okay, so as I don't think you can see 100 degrees. I'm going to turn it off. I've just done 15 minutes. Wow, that's the first time I've been in the sun in a while. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off and then turn the light off. I'm gonna go in for another 15 minutes while it's still warm, but not it's on anymore. Okay. Alright, I'm going in for round 2. I felt really weirdly dizzy there, but gotta finish what I started. So that's me done my sauna session. The last 15 minutes was hard. Tom was in there. I go to the Stoltman gym. If anyone knows Tom Stoltman, he's 2 times world's strongest man. And that was honestly unanticipated. And here's the thing, because yes, you have to push yourself, but you have to draw a thin line between pushing yourself and actually pushing yourself too far. Which is why I took a break after 10 minutes. No, after 5. Each 5 minutes I took a little break. I came out for a few seconds, and then I went back in and finished it up. So I was going to say that essentially when you find that you have a goal that you're pushing towards, but it seems like you might not be able to make it without causing something to happen. So that's when you should pivot and reposition, right? Whether that's in business, relationships, anywhere else, pivot and reposition. So you can still finish what you started, but in a way that's possible for you to do so. Because I learned my lesson. I went swimming in a loch, which is, if you're European or from anywhere else, it's essentially a lake, but they call them all lochs here in Scotland. And I swam out to a little island in the middle, and then I swam back, and I couldn't get up because I got a hypothermic shock, and I couldn't walk physically, and I was shaking uncontrollably. So what I did is I broke up my last 15 minutes into 5-minute blocks. And here's the thing, because after 3 minutes I checked the time, and I seen that well, 3 minutes, only 3 minutes had passed. And I thought to myself, geez, it's only been 3 minutes. I still got 12 minutes left. But then I thought to myself, you know what? No, it's already been 3 minutes. Because 3 minutes isn't a long time. The first 3 minutes flew by, and I only have 4 little more chunks like that. And that's how you have to change your thinking. Instead of thinking, oh, I've still got 12 minutes left. No, I'm already 3 minutes in. And another thing I did is a song came on, which was an 8-minute song, and I thought, okay, I have 8 minutes of this song. After this song, I have 2 minutes left. So get to the end of this. So this was when I had 10 minutes left, obviously. And you can do the same with running. Say to yourself, okay, I'm going to keep running until that bend there, that corner. And then I'm going to keep running until that signpost, whatever it may be. Chunk it down in blocks to make it more attainable for yourself. Anyway, so what I did is I went back in, and because I didn't do a full 15 minutes, because I came out for a few seconds in between each 5 minutes, I decided to do, the extra mile, okay? I did an extra minute or two at the end, just so I don't, I can lay down to bed knowing I'm not a pussy, essentially. And yeah, that's the kind of thing you should do, because the last 1 or 2 minutes, I lay down on my back and lifted my legs up, because it was after all for my legs I was in there for, really, to try and get them to recover as much as possible from my last run. But yeah, here's a physique update, or should I say reveal, really. Yeah, that mirror is really weird. I mean, I'm no David Lade, but it is what it is. I think my back is probably my strongest part of my physique, and my legs the weakest, which is obviously why I put my joggers on. Joking, to hide my chicken legs. No, but maybe my legs, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I want to grow my chest the most, and then I do want to get leaner too. Suppose I'm decently lean at the moment, but yeah. Maybe I'll focus on cutting down more after New Year. I don't know. Yeah, I've been going to the gym since I was 15, actually, to this very gym. So it's actually been 2.5 years now. And right now I'm in a phase where my priority in life is to build a successful business, and money is my priority right now, so I can provide for my family and live a great life. But yeah, I've kept consistent in the gym for the past 2.5 years, and right now I'm in a stage where I'm not as lean as I used to be, like a year ago, but I'm not fat. I don't know why I'm saying this, really, but either way, I remember started in my room with dumbbells. Actually, I started with just doing push-ups, and then I got into doing some dumbbells. And I remember I used a Lego box we used to have as a bench, like a big box of Lego. And I started. My friend introduced me to this gym, and then I just started going, and I've been consistent ever since. Actually, I've never stopped, not once. Obviously, I've taken like a week off here and there if I went on holiday, but so also I wanted to cover why I'm actually even doing this marathon, because it actually started with me just deciding, well, I've always been a runner, and I took a long time off of running. I never took running seriously, but I've always been like a little bit of a runner, and I've always liked competition. And felt like changing the song. And I've always been a runner, but I never really took it that seriously. And I just took a challenge upon myself. I wanted to challenge myself, and yeah, I've always been competitive, like I said, but I decided to compete against myself, and I wanted to do a sub 20 minutes 5K. And then I learned after doing 5Ks for weeks until I got faster, like until they got hoping they would get quicker each time. I learned that to do a quick 5K, you should build up your mileage and do longer runs. So week by week, I did a 6K, 7K, 8K, 9K. I did a 10K, and then I think I heard someone in my gym told me they were doing a marathon, Loch Ness Marathon. And I didn't think too much of it. But then I heard that the Educate team, or the team at Educate, Iman Gaji's whole company, were doing a marathon. And I thought to myself, you know what, I will take it upon myself to also run a marathon. I've been building up my distance. I've been doing longer and longer runs recently. Why not do a marathon at the end of the year? And I have to say, really fair play to Iman, because I've not been checking Instagram recently, but he said he was planning to do three marathons in a week across 3 different continents. So it's 100% an incredible feat. But either way, I was building up my mileage, and I decided, okay, I will also partake in a marathon. And I actually wanted to do Loch Ness Marathon at the start of October. I think it was the 1st. I decided, okay, I'll do a marathon in October. The Educate team just did theirs, or they're currently doing it at the start of December. But yeah, I thought, okay, I'll do that one. But it turned out you had to be 18, and I wasn't 18 yet, so I decided, okay, I will just do it when the Educate team is doing it and see how it goes. So yeah, and ahead of time, I was just talking about overcoming difficult times or painful times by chunking down the time you have, either way, essentially. And I know tomorrow the marathon is going to be difficult, right? But I'm also going to use the techniques that, techniques, you could call them probably like, ways of thinking, or I don't know, whatever. Think, okay, well, by the time I check, I'll probably be like 10K in already, and instead of thinking, wow, I've still got 30K left, I'm already a quarter in. And yes, so obviously it's going to take me, 4 or 5 hours, maybe less than 4. I'll be really happy if so. But, it's a long time to just be in pain, running. But the thing is, it's all in your mind. And I'm just going to make sure to tell myself, okay, this is 4 or 5 hours, which is a long time, but it's 4 or 5 hours. You've lived through so many 4 or 5 hours in your life so far. Like, you'll get through this. And I like this saying, this too shall pass. It says over there, trust me, you will survive. I really like that. And yeah, that's what I think to myself sometimes. Like when I'm taking a cold shower in the morning, I think to myself, I don't want to do this, but I think it's not going to kill me. I'm going to come out feeling better, if anything. going to make me better and I want to grow. So jump in and don't even think about it, just jump in, you know? Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. And I've got to go home, get a shower, and yeah, prepare for the marathon tomorrow. I had bad cramps last time I did a long run, the longest run I did, which is 28 kilometers, 17.5 miles. I had bad cramps in my legs. I really hope it won't happen this time, but I don't think it will, because I'm going to be running slower first of all, and I'm also going to eat bananas for potassium, because I'm pretty sure that prevents cramps. I will put some salt in my water, although I think salt is important when you're sweating hard. And I probably won't be sweating that hard because it's not exactly going to be roasting. But either way, I think that will help, and I will bring some snacks, some carbohydrates and sugars, just to fuel myself to get through it, because last time I didn't, and I stopped at a petrol station, gas station, and I got like 2 fruits or chocolate bars and some water. So yeah, till tomorrow. So it's Sunday, the 17th of December, and it's marathon day. It's funny, when I say marathon day, it sounds like I'm going to a big event or something, but really I'm just running a solo marathon, my own marathon. Just a loop from my house back to my house, really. The weather looks terrible outside, honestly. It's raining, it's windy. But yeah, I just got done meditating and I'm going to go eat some breakfast, 2 fried eggs, and then I'll be setting out for the marathon. All right. Oh. Well, that's a great start. Just dropped my whole banana. Great. But yeah, here we go. I don't think I'm going to film too much of this. Maybe just when I finish. I'll see. Here I go. It's a surprisingly nice morning. It's windy and it might start raining, but it's not at the moment, so I'm gonna set off. Let's see. Life's not sunshine and rainbows, but today it is. Just windy as fuck. But I mustn't get complacent, because the hardest part is yet to come. I've been running with the wind so far, and shortly I'll be running against it. Geez, my hair looks terrible. I'm 28 kilometers in, which is however many miles, and I've had terrible luck with my bananas. I lost them both because the first one fell and the second one got squashed and leaked in my bag. Either way, I'm experiencing, well, I'm very close to cramping, so I'm taking it easy to not overdo it so I can push on the last leg. I've just had my first cramps. I've got less than 10k left. Fuck. Got to keep going. Finally, I'm back home and I'm done. I have to be quiet because my dad is sleeping after a night shift. He's sleeping after a night shift, which I want to save him from, so he's not having to work these terrible night shifts. But I'm done. I will pull the screenshot up here, and I had auto pause on so that elapsed time, so the full time is actually 4 hours and 44 minutes, and not a cheat. And it feels so good to be done finally. And I've just come out the shower. I'm gonna go downstairs to eat. And the cramps were beginning to come on majorly, but I went in the shop and I bought a water bottle and just salt and poured it in and drank it in attempt to get some sodium in, because I know now the mistake I made was I didn't have enough. Well, my goal originally was 4 hours, which obviously I didn't achieve. Is it my fault? Yes. The weather's fault? No. It was windy as fuck, but it's my fault. I didn't put in enough miles leading up to the marathon. And hey, that's okay. It is what it is. I also, didn't have my potassium, which was a mistake on my end again, for which I take responsibility, or sodium, just electrolytes in general. I take responsibility from this, and I learn, and I'll be better next time. So yeah, feels really good to be finished, but really, I know it's just the beginning, because life is a marathon. I'm going to keep going, and I will not stop until I finish everything I set out to achieve. And I hope you do too.